The wild card race in the NFC is an absolute gong show here, dudes. There's a 5-way tie for the final spot with 2 other teams 1 game back of that crowd. Saints, Vikings, Falcons all get a Week 14 win to improve to 6-7. Eagles were on a bye. Washington falling to 6-7. Whose odds do you like here to make the playoffs, Pearce?
Give me the Eagles. They had the bye week to prepare for Washington, and not only are they going to face Washington, they're going to play Washington twice in the next 3 weeks. It gives them almost a whole month to prepare specifically for Washington. You win both these games, you leapfrog Washington, you have the tiebreaker, looks pretty good. Washington's dealing with a bunch of injuries. I think it's finally catching up with them. I know that they battled back yesterday against Dallas, but Dallas was missing several offensive linemen, and we know last year one of the problems that Dallas runs into is when their offensive linemen are out. They're terrible. We've already seen that this season. So with Washington battling back a little bit yesterday, I just don't believe in this team, and especially if Kyle Allen's going to be the quarterback, I would much rather go with Philadelphia having kind of a preferential schedule if you look at the way this thing plays out.
Jules, I think Atlanta among this group has the longest odds at plus 500.
Yeah, as they should. The Falcons aren't very good. None of these teams are all that good. But somebody's going to make it. I don't hate going with Pearce. With the Eagles, they kind of have, like we said, Minshew gave Jalen Hurts kind of the extended bye, and they have 2 games against the same team who finally came undone and got a loss, so that could help for those games. I kind of want to go with the Minnesota Vikings, but number 1, they're I think they're the shortest odds, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I got
they're
200.
The
the shortest odds, and you're backing Kirk Cousins as kind of a favorite, and Kirk Cousins just never seems to do it. I'm going to go Eagles here by default, but whoever this team is that gets in and plays whatever it is, the Bucs, the Rams, good night.
All right, so hope is alive for the Vikings, Geoff. Speaking of Kirk Cousins' stand here. If it wasn't for that Week 13 loss at Detroit, they're probably the 7th seed right now.
Probably, and therein too is the problem with the Minnesota Vikings. They will let you down when you least expect it, or maybe when you should most expect it. But the Vikings' schedule is the toughest. They have the Rams and the Packers, and both those teams have winning records, so I don't think we should expect W's from Kirk Cousins there. And then they play the Bears twice, and division games. I mean, the Bears going to be marching out Justin Fields probably, who's getting a lot more confident. Those are not going to be easy games for them to win. They're probably going to split them. I just don't think it's going to get there for the Vikings personally. The Eagles have the best setup for the schedule, and I agree with Pearce. And I actually think the Eagles might just be the slightly better team. Like Washington has run hot lately, but they made me look bad last week against Dallas. And I think that the Eagles, coming off the bye, the key thing here, they play Washington twice, but they also have Dallas in week 17 or week 18. Dallas is probably going to be resting players there. That could just be like almost a bye week. So I think the schedule sets up well for the Eagles. I think that they are sneakily maybe even a little bit better than Washington. I like getting on them here because this team has kind of defied expectations, and you can get them at longer odds. So, give me the Eagles as well for the team. They grabbed that last one.